classified documents case out of that crazy raid at Mar-a-Lago that I think was just stunk. And from the start, Will, it's over.
That's right. As you saw the headline, if you're just tuning in, Jack Smith has transferred the Mar-a-Lago documents case to the U.S. Attorney's Office for the Southern District of Florida. So Jack Smith is gone. Hit the road, Jack. That's over. We have been following this for way too long, and now we are seeing resolution. That is for the other defendants, the co-defendants, along with President Trump. Remember, President Trump's charge in that case was thrown out by Judge Eileen Cannon because she ruled that the special counsel was not authorized by the Constitution. So it also set up a district court ruling that could cause trouble for the Department of Justice using special counsels in the future. So they also have a little bit of a point here, Jordan, where they're trying to figure out how to move forward. All of this has been transferred to the Southern District of Florida, the federal prosecutors there, as opposed to the special counsel's office. But now they will need to decide whether or not the appeal that's ongoing in the circuit court will need to be also withdrawn, because they were appealing that ruling that would say, no, actually, special counsels are constitutionally able to go forward. So the special counsel's office is no longer involved, but the Justice Department will need to decide what to do as it moves forward there. And with new leadership at the Justice Department, I think we could see some changes going on there in the new year as well, Jordan.
Yeah, I'd have to look at the legal kind of surroundings by this. And of course, this would be a decision ultimately up to the next Attorney General of the United States, our good friend Pam Bondi. And it's nice to be able to just say that to you right now. What a change it's going to be for that level of work that we do at the American Center for Law and Justice, to have someone we've worked with so long taking that position. And we're going to have to fight for her confirmation. But in a sense, I wonder if there's a legal mechanism for them to withdraw their challenge and accept that position. They may need that to go, though, to the U.S. Supreme Court, so it's not just that district. But I think you could see the end of a special counsel potentially, depending on the legal rules of that jurisdiction. We'd have to look into it. In fact, I'm telling my team right now, who are watching and listening, let's try to get an answer on that before we're off the air today, about what options would be available to the Trump-Bondi Department of Justice.
I kind of want to draw a contrast there, because if you think about this year, 2024, and what a pivotal year it was, and where we were at this point last year, as we were waiting to hear just a few days from now that the Supreme Court would take the 14th Amendment case. It was something we were fighting throughout the fall of 2023 as the states started to mount these challenges to President Trump being on the ballot. But when you think about that, about what the ACLJ stood for, as we represented the state parties in many states, but the one that ultimately got to the Supreme Court, which was the Colorado challenge, after just in mid-December of 2023, the Supreme Court of Colorado upheld the ban of President Trump being on the ballot. But if it weren't for the legal team of the ACLJ, what a different year this would look like. Because the radical left and the cronies that had this plan hatched to keep someone off the ballot that millions of Americans were voting for or planning to vote for in upcoming primaries, then the American people's right to vote for the candidate of their choice would be taken away. And for all the talk of defending democracy that we heard from the Democrat Party, they didn't mean real democracy. They didn't mean the people choosing. We saw that play out when they swapped their candidate from Joe Biden to Kamala Harris. They mean the right for you to vote for the person they want you to vote for.
It's the legacy of the deep state. They dirty you up. They are really, their goal is not to put you behind bars. They'd love to, but their goal is just to dirty you up when it matters during election time. Are they trying, they're dropping all of this without a fight. There's still a lot of bad bureaucrats inside the Department of Justice who could still cause trouble if they wanted to. Certainly in the future they can. And President Trump has got to get his team, and Pam Bondi, it's not just about getting her through as Attorney General, and that's going to be great, but she's got to get her team in place so that those bureaucrats have real bosses and get them under control, because we've seen the problems they can cause on their own. But putting in people like Jack Smith and Bob Mueller And this idea that, we can make it fair by also investigating Biden, but he's just too old to actually do anything with. He'll just get up in front of the stands and look like somebody who doesn't know where he is. That's great for a president of the United States. Support the work of the ACLJ today. This, again, is such an important time of year for our country, for our nation as we prepare to inaugurate the next president of the United States, for so many of our colleagues who are up for cabinet positions and other major positions. We could change the United States and our country in these 4 years, but we're going to need your help to make that change lasting. So donate today at the ACLJ until midnight tonight. Your donation is tripled. This is the biggest day of the year for us. Be part of our team. Donate aclj.org.